Welcome to the Steel Mace workout. I'm Coach Lochlainn, and in today's workout, we are covering 3 unique drills that'll work our legs, core, and upper body. I'm gonna be teaching you each drill, then we're going to do 2 sets of that drill, and then we're going to move on to the next. Specifically, each set is going to be 2 minutes on with a minute of rest. Each of these drills is accessible, and I will be teaching you a more advanced version for some of them if you are ready for that. So make sure that you're fully warmed up, and let's get started. Our first drill of this workout is nice and simple to understand, but works our full body. So to begin, we're going to come into our warrior stance, both hands bottom of the mace, and then I'm going to make my stance wide. So my heels will go out 1, toes out 2, heels out 3, toes out 4, and heels out 5. This is going to be a pretty good measurement for how wide my stance should be. I'll keep a slight bend in my knees, but most of this movement is actually going to be coming from my hips, so I really want my glutes to be turned on. Now from this position, I'll bring one hand top of the mace, bring it down nice and strong across my body, keeping it nice and close in like I'm at the top of a row. And then from here, I'm simply going to send my hips back, fire my glutes, and then in this hip hinge, drop my right arm down, or whichever arm is holding the heavy end of the mace. From here, I will row, hip hinge up, and then I'm going to prayer switch the mace across my body. From here, you can either do a half arrow, with the mace head over my elbow, or you can do a full arrow. And then I'll bring the mace back in across my body, hip hinge forward once more, row, prayer switch as you come up out of your hip hinge, again switching across your body, half arrow or full arrow. Now if you want to make this more challenging, you can also drop the mace back behind. So I'm going to drop through one arm 360, and then again I can actually initiate that next hip hinge and row, come up, prayer, switch into the arrow, and initiate on the other side. So this is what it looks like. So this is our first drill. You don't have to do the one arm 360, that is the advanced variation. You can just do the hip hinge, row, prayer switch, and arrow. And that is what I will be demoing for our sets today, but definitely feel free to throw in the one arm 360 if you feel called to. Now that you know the drill, we are going to do our 2 sets. So remember, this will be 2 minutes on, 1 minute of rest in between. So we're gonna come into our warrior stance. Again, I'll bring my heels together, and to initiate, go heels out 1, toes out 2, heels out 3, 4, and 5. We're going to begin this 2 minutes right now. And I'll finish that 2-minute round. So we have 60 seconds of rest. Take that rest, Slow your heart rate. See how much you can slow your breathing down. And rest. Now, as you do this movement, there are two specific keys I want you to focus on. One I already mentioned, and that is going to be keeping your glutes engaged during the hip hinge. The second is in the arrow. I want to make sure that my palm is facing up so that my shoulder remains in external rotation. This will provide more stability through my shoulder joint, and it will actually help make my posture better overall. Final tip that's definitely good to keep in mind, I got 15 seconds left of rest, is just going to be keeping your core engaged so that in your arrow you're not tipping over. Now this is easier to do because we have a wider stance, so I recommend that you just keep yourself as straight up and down as you can through your spine. And here we go. And rest. Nicely done on those first 2 rounds. Nice, simple exercise. Gets the whole body really going, and definitely you can make it more challenging if you simply increase the time, of course, or go from a lighter mace to a heavier mace. So we are now going to move on to our second exercise. Great job with that first one. The second exercise is also nice and simple. However, it is going to have us be moving quite a bit more. It'll probably get our heart rate up a little bit more as well. So this movement, very simply, to demonstrate from warrior stance, come into that warrior stance, both hands bottom of the mace. One hand rises to the top, opposite leg to the high hand will step out, lateral lunge. From here, I'm gonna push off my bent leg, prayer switch in the center, and step out. And I will simply be alternating like so. Now you can adjust your pace, you can make it a little faster, you can go slower, you can also come up higher to make it easier, or you can stay low across to make it much more challenging. And there's one more way to increase the challenge. Instead of doing a prayer switch between each side, you'll do this. 360 and catch. Now, the reason this is tricky is one, you have to master the 360. Second, you have to push, or rather pull the mace across your body as you come back to center. And then I'll drop the mace over the opposite shoulder, 360, and catch. So it's a more challenging variant, but a lot of fun. And again, if you're looking to really include your shoulders in this, the 360 route is the way to go. So this is our second movement, and we are going to get started on our next round in 5 seconds. So you can come into warrior stance and go. and rest. Wow. I always forget how hard that one is. Whew. Nice job. We got 45 seconds of rest. Whew. Try to get your heart rate down. Try to get that heart rate down. Extend your exhales. Prioritize diaphragmatic breathing, using the belly, not lifting the chest. Nicely done. Just one more round of this hard one. One more round, you can do it. Focus on making it as smooth as you can. Don't focus on the speed of it. Focus on making it smooth and in control. And let's go. And rest. And rest. Whew. Wow. Maybe you don't need to catch your breath, but I definitely do. I shake out my legs a little bit. Great job on that drill. That's a hard one to do for 2 minutes at a time. That's tough for sure. Thankfully, our last drill today isn't gonna be quite as cardiovascularly intensive and is not gonna use our legs quite as much. It's actually going to be an upper body focus, and this is going to be using battle grip for uppercuts. And I'm going to be switching on each side and playing across my body. So this is gonna focus more on the upper body and also our mobility. If you'd like to make it more challenging, you may simply add in a reverse lunge with every single rep, and that is going to significantly increase the challenge. For this video, I'm just going to be doing the upper body portion though, at least for the first set. So to perform this, to demonstrate, for my warrior stance, I'll bring one hand to center grip. Actually, I'll turn sideways so you can see. One hand to center grip, and from here, I wanna shift it to the side. So I'm holding it nice and sturdily with both arms. I'll drop the mace head back, open the arm up so the mace drops down, and then I'm going to sweep the mace. So I'm gonna pull with my tail hand up and across into uppercut. So the mace points forward, and I wanna be controlling with both of my arms. So this back arm pulls down, front arm pushes up. And then I'll pull down on the tail. I'm going to prayer switch in the middle, slide the other hand down, come down and uppercut. and then switch. So this is the basic drill. Very nice and smooth, as I'm sure you're noticing. And it definitely takes a little bit of practice to get it down. So what I want you to do, just like the other ones, is do not prioritize the speed in which you do this exercise. I want you to instead focus on making the transitions as smooth as possible. So specifically, I want a prayer switch when the mace is vertical. Slide the other hand down and continue. And you can see from the front, I want to keep my hips square with the direction I'm facing, keep my core engaged, and rotate through my thoracic spine and my shoulders. And this is going to be our final drill. So we're gonna do 2 sets of this. Again, focus on making it smooth and controlled. And we will kick this off in 5 seconds. So again, warrior stance. One hand comes to center grip, shift to the side, drop it back, down, and uppercut, switch, and continue. And you can rest. And take that rest. Whew, feel that in your arms a little bit. Kind of a cool one. Keeps it a little smoother, and you really can link your breath to it as well, which is one of the most fun parts because it's cyclical, right? You're doing the same motion on both sides with the same switch. So just find that cycle and find when you can do your inhale and when you can do your exhale. For example, I really like being able to exhale on the uppercut, especially to increase my core rigidity as the mace extends further, and then inhale as it drops back down, like so. So explore the breath with this. We have 15 more seconds of rest. Again, prioritize making this drill as smooth as you can. Keeping your core engaged, nice strong posture. I want to keep my hips square with the direction that I'm facing, and let my shoulders and thoracic spine do the rotation. Oops, I missed our 2 minutes. You can start. One hand top of the mace, and begin. and rest. Oh my gosh. Hope your shoulders and back are feeling worked. That is a very powerful drill. Great job on this workout, and for an added challenge, use the chapters below to go back to your favorite drill and do 2 more sets to finish your workout nice and strong. Also, I recommend that you come back to this workout to learn the advanced variations or to try the same workout with a heavier mace. This is a great way to progress your skills and your strength. Again, amazing job on this workout, and subscribe to this YouTube channel to get more out of your steel mace. May the mace be with you.